Hey, lovely. If you're a woman 50 plus dreaming of turning your knowledge into a course, but tech gives you the ick, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Jackie from She Thrives Online, and today I'm going to walk you through how to set up your first online course in Systeme. It's free, it's simple, and yes, you can absolutely do this, even if you've never created anything online before. Let's make your digital product dreams a reality.
You're going to be in the dashboard. This is within products and courses. At the moment, there's no course there. In the free subscription, you only get one course. So we're going to add the new course. I'm going to call it Gentle Pilates, can't spell, for beginners. Give my instructor name, and you can put a description in if you want to. This is the actual link here for using it. It'll either be used from your sales page, which in this case we'll use it straight from the sales page, but you could just give somebody a link with this path. So I'm just going to call it Pilates, and that's it. Then you've got default theme, so we can give it a color. I'm going to give it purple, and you can change the font if you want to. You've got lots of choices. Plus, you could upload a photo of yourself. You could also upload your logo and a course cover. So it always makes it look a bit more professional. The sales page I'm going to come back to later. This will be where you actually make the sale and then you'll link it to the course, so they get the course straight away. They get a login for their course straight away. So I'm going to save. So make sure you save. It's nice and basic. And here we're just about to go into this. So this is where you're going to create the modules and the lectures. The module is the top of the hierarchy and the lectures come beneath it. Add a module. You're going to call it, I'd like to call this first one Welcome, and save that. Then we're going to go back into that Welcome and we're going to add a lecture. This lecture will be, let's say it's the welcome. Let's just put welcome to Gentle for beginners. We're just going to keep it really basic. We're going to select this basic template here, come down and save. We have a whole page of information. The best thing to do really is just to make a couple of changes and keep it really simple for you. So I can keep this video nice and short and you'll just get to set up a very basic page. Let's go through this. This is your text. This is the title. And over the left-hand side, you've got all the information on the settings. Here you could put main title, Gentle Pilates beginners, and then click on the next one. This one I actually don't want, so I'm going to delete that, and then I'm just going to explain to you. So you've got sections. This is a section. So you could, if you wanted to delete that whole section, you can go across and delete it. I'm not going to do that, obviously. The next thing is you've got text. You've also got a row as well. I tend to put rows in to hold things like the videos, etc. So let's just come into here, Gentle Pilates beginners, and I'm just going to quickly put welcome. And keep saving your changes. That's a very good tip because you don't want to lose anything. We're going to come down to here. They've already put a video, which is great because that's what you probably want to do, and put your own videos in. So what you could do is if you click on that video, you'll see it's a direct link and there's the YouTube actual web link. If you were to come into here, you could upload a file as well. If you have a file actually in your filing system, you could use that instead. It depends on how you work with your videos, where you get them from, and it's mainly videos that you're probably going to be using. what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video and I'm just going to delete most of the text. I'll leave a little bit just to show you how to do that. So there's quite a bit that you could delete if you don't want it, especially for the welcome template. And what you do is you'll hover over and just make sure, so for this one, this is a row, so it's going to be in blue. Just make sure you can get over to this and delete and press OK. And this is a text line. And again, hover over, delete, image, delete. And this, because this is a whole row, you have to be a little bit careful. And then this is another piece of image. Now we're completely ready to go, and I'm just going to delete that last bit. We've saved the changes. I'm going to save them again just to check, and I'm going to come out, and you could add more lectures if you want to. But what we're going to do, I'm going to add another module. So this will be, let's say it's lesson 1. Get set up for gentle Pilates. It could be like the equipment setup, etc., just to give them the background of what they need. You'll click on that, and then you're going to add a lecture. But rather than using this template, I'm just going to close that. If you're happier with the template that you've just created as the beginners, I would say to you, just duplicate it. So you confirm. So now you've got 2. And just take it over here. You can see you've got the crosses. Now drag it. Oh, drag it under there. There you go. And all we need to do is change in the settings, just change the name. Lesson 1 get set. So let's just say get set up. Get set up. And then here, I'm actually going to enable comments, and I'll show you what that means in a second. So to actually edit this, we're going to go into Get Set Up, which is the name of it. And this is where we would change the title. And for this one, we might just want to put some crosses in and keep it rather than delete it. We might put something in there. And this is where you would change the video. So you would put in your new URL for the YouTube video or Vimeo, whichever you're using. And then you're pretty much good to go. So I'm going to save those changes. It's very quick. And you could add more videos as well if you wanted to. And what I'll show you actually quickly, in case you want to do more videos on that page, the best way to do that is just to click out at there. And I'm just going to add a row. So when you add something, just look at where it's going. There you go. And I've added a row here. And I'm going to click it again. So we've got to just remember there's 2 different ways. There's the elements, and then there's the what's actually in the row. So on the elements, I've done the row, haven't I? Well, I've just clicked another one. There you go. Let's take the video. So now we're going to put another video in here. And actually, as we have another row, we could put something else in. You could do a carousel or just an image. Let's go back down. There's all sorts of things you could actually put in. You've got things like countdowns as well, which are great if you're advertising and for sales. So there's a carousel. Let's just put the carousel in. And that would be where you could drag and drop different slides for them to play. And again, just save the changes and come out. So now you've got the 2 modules. And yeah, that's it. 2 modules. So welcome and lesson 1. And we're pretty much good to go. If you want to have a quick look at how they would look live, you come across here to the 3 dots and you do a view. And so for your welcome screen, it shows you exactly what that looks like. And this is what the videos, and it will show you what's playing actually on the video. So that's great. So this is their video. And then you can just close down that. And then to the next one, the reason I want you to see this is because we ticked that box here just now with regard to comments. So this is our second module. This is where we put the 2 videos in, and at the bottom the user can put in comments. So that's your area, and those comments then, if you're set up correctly in the settings as we went through earlier, any comments will come through as an email to let you know, so you can stay in touch with them. And they can also complete. So if I just move, that's it, markers complete as well, which is great. So they know exactly where they are. All in all, it's very well done.
Hey, brilliant women. So you've created your online course in Systeme.io. Go you. Now let's make it look like you. In this video, I'll show you how to edit your course lectures, think fonts, colours, images, and logos, and even how to link to a downloadable PDF for your students. Let's make your course content not just functional, but fabulous.
Fabulous.
We're in the main dashboard at the moment. We're going to come across again to courses. And we've got our course here, Gentle Pilates for Beginners. So I'm just going to click on that. And that gives me the welcome lecture and lesson 1. And I've actually created a new lecture. This lecture here is the one that we're going to make some changes to, and hopefully just give you a gist of how you can do it quite easily on your own. So we're going to go into that. And so far we've just got this basic setup. I've copied it, so it's still saying get set up for your apps. I mean, you could think of something a lot more exciting than that, I'm sure. We'll change that once we've put it in. And I'll show you while I'm here to look at fonts. So we've got Google Fonts. I quite like Google Fonts, but obviously you have a choice. I like this one, Montserrat. Then you've got regular, plus you've got all sorts of thickness. You've got the regular, which is what we're on at the moment. You could actually make it bold and italic. I mean, there's just so much choice. It's almost too much choice. And sometimes it's better just to keep it simple, especially at the beginning when you're first starting out. Demonstrate. Now, and then I'll just do this. Whatever you want to put in. This video will demonstrate how, and that's what you could do. You could also change the font color, and the font color is actually in this block here. You can go into this and you could change the color. So let's change it to a lovely purple. There you go. So you've got to swipe it first and then you can change the color. And if you felt that was a little bit too close to the title, you can bring it down a bit. There you go. And then what we're going to do, let's go back up again. This is, I would call this really our logo, their logo at the moment. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to bring your own logo in. You're going to go into the upload and you're going to select file, and hopefully I'm actually in the right area. You would find the file location. We're going to use this one and we're going to insert it. That's quite a large logo at the moment. This is where we come back to image size. You want to think about continuity to ensure that whatever size you choose for this one, say I've got 173 here for image size, you want to try and maybe write that down and then keep it to the same for each page that you create, just to keep that continuity. And then I'm just going to save the changes. And then once it's saved, so here, this is where I'm going to bring in my own video. If you're going to bring in a YouTube video, you either need to have the YouTube link already in a document. If you're really well organized, then you'd have it maybe in a document ready, and that would be super efficient. But if you're not ready for it, you can go over to your YouTube channel, and this is the 4-minute video that I want to use for demonstration purposes. What I've just noticed is the video quality is SD, standard definition. Now, most videos that I upload these days are in HD, in higher quality, or some people actually can upload into 4K. SD is not really well liked by YouTube. So it is better to always look for creating videos that will come up into HD. But anyway, let's go back to copying this video link. So I'm just going to copy it from here. And then I'm going to come back over to my editor. And I'm going to wipe that one out and then put this one in, and hopefully, yeah. And then I'm going to save the changes. Sometimes when it saves, I have to click again then to bring it up. So I'm not going to put more than one video in. I'm going to get rid of this video. And then what we've got down here, that's your drag and drop, that's your slide. But what I want to do, you have to be careful when you get rid of things. And so down here, this is a row. And what I want to do is add some text. So I come over to the left and I'm going to drag it over. And what the text is going to do is just going to tell them that there's a PDF. Potentially, you could have a document that relates to the video for them to read, or it could be the notes, or it even could be a transcript, for example. Click link here for the transcript of this video. And what you'll do is highlight wherever you want them to click, and then you're going to come onto this link button. You can actually put a link in as a URL. I find quite handy is to click the download key, so it links out to a file. And my file's already there actually, but what you do is go into file under upload, and in my particular course creation folder, I've actually got it here to choose. So I would choose my Systeme certificate, but I'm going to come out of there just a second because it's now in my files, and you would upload it and then you would insert it. And I believe I'm just going to do that because that saves. So if it's got a little red dot, then it means you need to save it. It hasn't been saved. So I'm going to save changes here. And now I've saved the changes, I'll be able to come out and test that. But before we do that, what you can do is you can play with the backgrounds. So within the section, you have choices. You can bring things down, back up again. You can go to the left. You can come to the right, bring it over. So you can move the text and the images around. And then we've got background color. At the moment, there's no color. You could bring in a gray. That's quite a nice background, actually. And so if you have any branding colors, then you'll probably have them noted somewhere. You want to keep them noted under the hex number. And once you've got those, especially if you use Canva and you use the paid version, then you can store them all. I tend to use about 5 maximum branding colors. So if you look at my Nourish Fit Move, I've got the 4 colors. Generally, you want to try and stick to your branding colors, and it does really make a difference. Actually, it wasn't something I've ever thought of before. Now that we have changed the background color and we're reasonably happy with what we've got, you just press on the eye. I haven't showed you this before. This shows you how the user would see it, apart from this bit here, obviously. This would be their screen, and then if we press this, it's just demonstrating that the video works. Okay. So that's all my videos there. And let's see what happens now. So this is this link that we created. We pulled the PDF in. This is my certificate of completion for the Systeme course. What you could do, if it was some transcript notes, you would be able to download that into wherever you want to download it. You could print it off, or you could print it from here as well. I just think it's very versatile and it is so easy to use. We've saved the lectures and the modules. We're all ready to go. There's one more thing that you need to do, and it's quite important. At the moment, these lectures and the modules are actually inactive. And the great thing about that means that when you're developing it all, you can get it all together, test it all, and then you can activate it. So you'll come along here. Just check whether you need to activate it. You don't need to activate that. And I think what you've noticed is you could actually create a quiz at the end of the module just to test people's knowledge, depending on what the course is. I think that's a really great way to ingrain that knowledge at the end of each module. That's another option as well for the future. In this lecture, we've changed the font of the text, added a video, and we've been able to test it and play it back. And we have created some text that links out to a PDF document, and we've tested that to check that PDF document does show.
Your course is now looking sleek, branded, and totally you. If this helped, give it a like, hit subscribe, and tap that bell for more beginner-friendly tech tutorials just for women like you, 50 plus, building online businesses without the tech overwhelm. See you in the next video.